back in the bush.
This is the back in the bush frequency.
Yeah, he sounds good. Come on down.
All right, well, speaking of that,
Bob,
speaking of sounding
You may
good,
not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
hello, radio, the Old Tube Radio Network. I think we can believe what Mr. Announcer said, Billy May and Stan Freeberg and all the ships at sea, as Walter Winchell used to say. I think hello to all of you out there, the Old Tube Radio Network. Real Radio is glowing in the dark. Sort of reconfiguring and configuring some of our new stuff tonight. You may, if you were over to oldtuberadio.net or listening or tuning in there, see things are a little bit different, maybe a little bit better. Frodex has been working on the new and improved server. I think we changed a couple of tubes. I don't know, changed some dots. Anyway, that's going on at oldtuberadio.net, where you should also be able to click on the link to the YouTube and listen to the audio there if you want, or join us here in the chat area, or just hang out on channel 11, 27085 in the Central Valley of California. We had some skip in earlier. I was listening to JT beaconing through the Central Valley here, so we will see if tonight we don't have some skip. But first off, just thanks for joining us. My name is Dennis, one of the many net controllers that sit in the OTR air chair for the last 40 years. Yeah, we've been doing it that long. So let me see if there are any stations that would like to check in now. Lets me know. Yeah, the Echo link, I think, is up and running. Sounds like it is. So who needs an early check-in? Over.
break OTR.
Break OTR, go ahead.
The wickiest station of our nation, 53 checking in.
All right. My mud duck meter did not illuminate when you keyed up, so I think you're doing good, and we've got you checked in. Over.
Thank you, Dennis.
Break OTR.
The break for OTR, go ahead.
24 checking in.
24, sounding good. You are right on time. No proxy necessary tonight, and we've got you checked in, Joseph. Thanks.
56.
56, just for kicks, I bet.
Indeed.
All right, and it sounds good. 56, thank you. Let's go over to, I see 32. It sounds like the ice has melted, Rob, but we will put the check in just in case the power goes out or something flashes, or you have to go out on the patio and say, hey, stop that. So looking good and glad that it wasn't too wacky, but you never know. Who's that? UDX 4040 saying nobody is getting notified that you're live. Well, maybe I'm not. let me pinch myself. Maybe I'm dead. Well, it's possible there could be a couple of things that are different, probably because I am not doing something correctly, or we have a new system where it needs me to put something in a box that wasn't in that box. So it says the video is unlisted. Oh, you know what? Maybe it should have recalibrated with the new. I bet I know why, because it is unlisted. I probably didn't change my listing list. I don't know if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we can't find your live.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can modify this. Okay, I'm redoing that. And I'm redoing that. So I don't know if that will update it or not. We'll find out. The break OTR, go ahead, over. All right, 61, I hear you. I have a really, really big static level tonight, but you're making it through. All right, and thank you for stopping by on the Old Tube Radio Network. All right, I have updated the listing, so it may or may not show up now.
You are live.
Okay, very good. Thank you for noticing that. It always is good to have people who know what is going on. I was doing a test earlier where I unlisted it so it wouldn't wake everybody up. Kind of the new way here, so I'll have to make a note of that. Good deal. All right. Early check-ins. We've got 32 is in. I see SWL 64. Anybody here locally on Channel 11?
Break OTR.
Break OTR. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, this is 93 STD. Just seeing if I can get a oily chicken. Kind of got doing my daughter's birthday thing, so.
All right, the oily chicken is a good deal. I'm looking for the mud duck. It's down in the cabinet there. You are checked in, so it sounds like you're going to have a good time. Go for it.
I appreciate it, Dennis. Appreciate everything you do. I was like, oh, I got to see if I can check in real quick. Got stuff on the grill and everybody over here.
Wow. All right. Sounds like a good time. The weather isn't too bad. It's a little bit chilly, but we're better than most.
Thank you again, sir. Everybody have a good rest of the evening.
All right, thanks for that. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and get started on the roll call. If you need to get checked in, we will do that. But yeah, boy, that is might be having. Somebody said we were having an M-class flare or something's coming up again. But boy, the local static is about 3 S units higher than it normally is. 00, of course. The 2-for-1 coupon and Hans, I saw you over on the .net page. Not sure if you are still there, but obviously you are here, so we'll get the 00 going. Checking in. SWL1, of course. The guy along with SWL2, who put this thing together ever so long ago, and I did see Mr. OBP saying hello radio, so if you see Kevin on the video chat, let him know that he has 9 pounds of good modulation at Chestnut and Herndon. SWL3 with the proxy check-in. SWL5, I was over at Old Radio Night, and as usual, JT's got he's got something going on as usual, something good going on over there. So a lot of you jumping in to get checked in. We will be checking in back over with JT in just a few minutes. He was sounding good here on Skip before the sun went down. Direct and net roll call is where we are at. After the roll call, your tube radios beaconing. SWL7. Someone said get a proxy in for Mr. 7 if he doesn't stop by.
Please do.
All right, I will do that. Speaking about stopping by, the busiest guy in Sangertown, if it's racing or building or basketballing or who knows what. SWL number 9, Mr. Dirt Dog.
Yeah, proxy him in and 14.
All right, I will get the proxies in for those items of interest. Also, let's go to SWL 10, Chrissy and Dwayne 30. If they're out there, I bet we will hear them tonight because the band seems to be good. I'll get them proxied in now. We'll see what's going on up in northern Idaho. SWL 11 and 12, Dan and Dapper Dan, Cornbread and the Gang, saying hello, radio. A lot of people jumping in tonight, the old Tube Radio Network, whether you're coming from... There's a lot of good throughout the week stations that are doing check-ins, whether it's classic radios or old radios or whatever. And we're one of the many. So thanks for joining us if we've been linked up somewhere. Hello to UDX 104, Wild Turkey out there in Indiana. Let me get Robert and Teresa, SWL 31, before you scroll off my screen, but I see you on there. What a winter this is. Survived 4 days of no electricity. Holy cow. We had some people last week in the minus. SWL 32 having ice roads out there in Texas. So we can do some temperature checks here tonight if we need to do that. But I'm glad the power is back and that everybody is doing okay. We got you checked in. Mr. Phillips, 369 is in the house. Thanks for joining us. UDX 4404 Misfit is back. Sandbagging. It's okay. There's a special area for sandbaggers where they actually come up and there's a waitress up there. They actually serve you some food. So jump into the sandbagger section. The Old Tuber Radio Network. Let's see. Let's go back to the roll call. 11 and 12. Dan and Dapper Dan, I do believe we did check you in. I'll make sure that we did that. Let's go live here back to Fresno Town for SWL 13. And I do believe the crossband radio is up and listening. And he is right there. Sounding good, sir. I will get 13 on the list. And as always, thanks for joining us on the Old Tuber Radio Network, KB6GFD. All right, Michael, Mr. Cobra is in. Sangertown, we get Sean checked in. SWL 15, the 2-for-1 coupon. How many more weeks? You got 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of the 00, and then if you get perfect attendance, they throw it in. Is that what we do? Charlie says, yeah, we throw it in the bin again, and you might. There's only a few people I know that have done that back-to-back 00s, and there's nothing extra for doing that. SWL 16. Hello, Charlie. Where are you at? He's hiding behind the monitor. He says, good evening, checking in, looking forward to the net, as am I. Well, thanks for all the help. We've got most of the cables run and things are up. .net looking good. Frodex has saved the day once again, so there may be enough Old Tube Radio to go around for everyone. SWL 17. SWL 18, I'll get Sammy checked in from Facebook. SWL 19. I'm going to have to update my notes. Like I said, it actually does have you in the proper spot. Now, how long has it been? Like 10 years? Couldn't figure out the address. And now the super server knows that you are hanging out there in Angola, New York. It's even got the right zip code. So maybe your paycheck will show up right. They'll deliver it to the right address now. All right, Chet, thank you. Looking good. Let's go to SWL 20.
Oh, boy, number 20 here. Check me in, 29 and 54. And Robert in Madera says he can barely hear you. He wonders if you changed antennas or you have an amp issue or something like that. I'm on a different radio, so I can't tell. Just wondered.
Well, I have a lot more static tonight, so that could be indicative of something is going on with the antenna. Let me check the REA meter. Maybe we need a bit more audio level here. I have controls. They do give me controls to play with a little bit, but carrier-wise, there's probably not much I can do. And maybe a visual inspection of the antenna to make sure it's still vertical. It's like one of those evenings, I think. Over.
Yeah, you're slightly under here in Chinatown.
Okay, on the S meter.
Roger.
All right, checking the SWR. I can make it better, but that shouldn't do a lot. All right, I'm sure that didn't do anything.
Okay, well, he'll let me know if there's a change. Okay, we'll check this one in later.
Okay, Larry, while you're there, we'll do a little technical stuff. Are you in front of your S meter?
Yep, you're under 20. Slightly under, you're a little bit under 20, maybe about 17 dB over 9.
Okay, I'm just going to do something here. It's actually going to bypass a jumper cable, I think. I'll be back in just a second. So keep your eye on the meter.
Okay, I've memorized that position.
All right, and there is the item of interest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take that a little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll go back to where I was.
There's no difference that I can see.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be at all. It just was changing a jumper.
Didn't change here.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. It's some type of, some generic. That's not a jumper. I mean, that would be a semi-easy fix, perhaps. All right, thank you, and we'll go back to the roll call. And my apologies for being even more of a mud duck than normal. And let me go back to the right mode here. Yeah, there you go. Make some adjustments as possibly necessary. The old Tube Radio Network on the directed network. Oh, you know where we're going? Poor old JT is probably listening in and wondering, what are those guys doing? But that is where we are headed, over to Old Radio Night. Let me get the picture up. We'll get the audio up and see what's going on. Are they still on? I don't hear anything.
I'll be with you in just a minute here.
Okay, no, they're there. He's on channel 17.
Checking these messages real quick.
The snow alert. Antenna needs some heat. The shout-out wheel is going. He might not be listening in. I mean, if
I'll check them later. I can't do it right now.
Okay, sounds like he's having some technical.
Control. He's still
technical.
Not doing anything. I mean, let's see.
Yeah, but we'll also step on the foot switch. I got rid of the foot switch.
Live.
I went back to the J38 key. That's why you don't see me doing contortions. Well, there you go. There's Old Radio Night.
Yeah, I was surprised you was up this late there, Wayne. I didn't know. I thought you kind of went to bed at the chickens and got up with the chickens, you know.
All right, somebody go over there and let JT know we were checking him in. We heard him on
North Carolina's been getting it bad pretty.
We heard him on Skip Live today at about 5:30 on Channel 11.
Hey there, David.
All right, back to the roll call. If he's there, we'll come on back. But that is going on live, so check out 21s.c. over at YouTube. The Old Radio Night. They do exciting stuff. They have a spinning wheel. Yeah, we had a spinning wheel here, but it broke. You have to be careful about that stuff. Let's go to SWL 22. Shortwave listener 23. Mr. 23 Skidoo will probably be jumping in. Whenever they had that nice LA weather, it was 85, 86 degrees in LA. And XOR, yeah, from up there in Redding, near beautiful Lake Almanor. I'll get a proxy check in for 23 Skidoo. And he says his first radio was a Mini 23. I probably have a Mini 23 here. There was a Mini 6. What's the one you had to press the button? Was that the 23? You had to press the button to get the next 12 channels. I mean, those are pretty cool. I think they were $99 from Radio Shack. You could put it on your bike, right? You could strap it to your Schwinn bicycle and make a little antenna. A great little radio. I think it was basically just a walkie-talkie in a case without the antenna. Well, good stuff. Alex, where are you at? That's 10 degrees. I know you're not in California. Let's go. We've got a check-in for SWL 24. Let's head out to SWL 25. Hello, Jerry. All right, I hear you. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong. Am I on the... Wait, maybe I'm not on the right antenna. Hold on a second. No, I'm on the right antenna because everybody who's far away is just way down tonight. So if you can hear me, Jerry, I've got you checked in. Over. I think it's just that static is covering everybody up. I've been known to do that before. I'm definitely on the antenna that's supposed to be selected. So it looks like we will have some checking of the wires to do. 25 is in. Let's head over to SWL 27. 27 is sometimes in Studio G. I've got a couple of paperwork things to do here.
You want to switch antennas while I'm talking?
I have no antenna to switch to. This is the antenna.
Oh.
I know, that's what's weird. It's like I thought it could have been on the 40-meter beam or the little 10-meter antenna, but I think this is where it's supposed to be.
Sound good over here too, Dennis.
All right, yeah, it's one of them things. You know, when you fix stuff and then something else breaks that's not even related to what you fixed. It always happens like that.
What, your microwave quit?
No, actually the microwave is doing well.
Okay, you can still make popcorn then, huh?
I can make popcorn and heat up the Ovaltine.
There you go.
All right, back to the roll call. Page 2 if you're playing the home game. Let's make 25 official. 27 was not there. SWL 28. See if Gary, can Gary hear us all the way in Sacramento? He's extended his antenna on the Radio Shack walkie-talkie and is listening. Yeah, that is, it will. This is the Starduster. It's been great. You know, before the program, and I kid you not, before the net, I went to an SDR that was in British Columbia off the coast just south of Alaska with this same power level and the same antenna, and I was doing my QC through that. This is about 5 o'clock when the skip was in. I'm listening to myself. It's like, it sounded great. So I guess it depends on where you are at. 28 is checking in with his hot fudge sundae, 60 degrees for the next 10 days. Yeah, California isn't too bad. We will not complain here in California. Thanks, Gary, for checking in, and we'll catch you in the green room after the net. To SWL 29, I got a proxy check-in, of course, from Mr. Loner. We're putting 30 in because Dwayne should be somewhere. SWL 31, Robert and Teresa jumped in just a bit earlier. They now have less ice, hopefully less ice and more power. SWL 32, Rob is in. Let's see. I don't want you to scroll. There you go. 25 degrees. Where are you at? Because I've got some temperatures here we can go through in a little bit. But 25 degrees. You guys are having a heat wave then, huh? And yeah, you've got the four-legged heater going on there. That's good. That's a good. That'll make you official here. Checking in, checked in. 33 myself. Anybody else that needs to check in for Bozo Control? Last week. And I'm seeing if he's in. Last week, we were joined by Jimmy, SWL 34, purveyor of all things goodly on Facebook. I don't see him in tonight, so get Jimmy checked in. If he stops by on the Facebook, we'll punch him in. SWL 35, Mr. Bill. I'm looking for Mr. Bill. I got to refresh my comments and see who's made it in. A lot of people there. Hello, Sam Spade from Southern Carolina is jumping in. You might have seen you on the video as well. So I will give a proxy in for Mr. Bill over at Red Monkey Communications. Let's see if Kenny is listening. UDX 111. Make sure you didn't scroll off my screen somewhere. SWL 37. I know he's out there.
I got to find him real quick. I can't even 37 seconds in.
All right, and Ken, I see you. Let me put the official in there. So thank you, 36 and 37. I'm putting the X in the square. Is it movie night tonight, or you got a day off?
Well, we're watching something, that live TV, something like that. We'll watch that. But that's going to be over here in about another 35 minutes. Then movie.
All right. Well, that's good. Key up again. I want to adjust something here.
Okay, 1, 2. Well, I'm not putting out very much, am I, right now? Let me see something. Hello. There we go. I know I got a bad wire on this thing. One of these days I'm going to have to fix it, try to. Anyway, was that good enough, or do I need to do something different?
No, you're fine. You're 9 pounds, good modulation, chestnut and Herndon. I'm just trying to see if I can minimize my static. What do they call it? S to N. Minimize my signal and minimize my noise. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you get it straightened out there. You need me to talk more?
No, you've done good. There'll be an extra treat for you in the green room.
A Hershey?
Well, yeah, something like that. An Abba Zaba.
No, I haven't had one of those. That's the one with white on the outside, caramel type stuff or whatever, and then peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah, you kind of pull it and it gets all stringy. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and you start chewing on it, and it gets kind of messy too at times.
And when you're 9 years old, it's a good thing. When you're 69 years old, it breaks your teeth.
Or 78. I'll be 78 this year. Well, 77 right now, but 78 this year.
All right, well, you're sounding good. All right, thanks for checking in.
All right, Dennis, you be good over there. Stay out of trouble.
Out of trouble. All right, I want to do this because there are live and direct, so we'll put an extra 10 and an extra 30 up in the box there and say hello, of course, to Dwayne and Chrissy with no conditions. We heard JT earlier at 5:30, and I think last night on the Ditch Bank sideband that they had a little bit of conditions, so you never know. We had somebody coming in from northwest, something at 6 o'clock. So it's kind of there. I don't know if I've got the DX map. Let me. You know what? You got me thinking there, Dwayne. Let me pull up the DX map. Yeah, nothing. There it is. There's a little spot at Seattle. There's a little spot down on San Diego. So that's typical of. There ain't much going on, but you know how things can change. So stay tuned. Back to the control room and the static. Your old tube radio network, Real Radio's Glowing in the Dark, coming up. Where are we? We left off at SWL 38. Sam will be jumping in here shortly. And Cecil O, I see you on the list. Warren, thanks for jumping in tonight. Let me get Neil since he's in here, 147. Over on my page 4. Thanks for jumping in. What's going on out there in the weather? Snow conditions and sub at 20 degrees. Got it much worse on the east part of North Carolina. Hope it's better on the west coast. So if that makes for good skip conditions, that could be okay. Anyway, Neil, thanks for joining us. Let me get you the official item of interest. Thanks for joining us out there in the Carolina Sandhills, 887. Also coming up, let's go to SWL 39. SWL 40.
SWL 40, working on grounding my equipment at the desk.
So you won't get your favorite radio station anymore?
Exactly.
All right. Well, read that. What is the ARRL book about grounding and bonding? But you probably know. You've got how many more clip leads to go?
Well, you must. Are you watching me on a spy camera?
No, I know how it goes when you are desperate for that grounding. So continue on. While Mr. SC, when Mr. DD21 is here and waving a hand, JT, did I tell you, or did you saw my note that you were coming through loud and clear? What was it, like 4:30, 5 o'clock? When you were on Channel 11 talking on the mini-grass, we heard you here, but I was getting wiped out by all those 10KW guys. But you had a good S9 signal for a while. On probably the first hop. I bet where you're at, we're the first hop right here in Fresno, and then you bounce off and head out to the Pacific. Looking good, ORN. Radio's looking good, and the big spinning wheel. Make sure they nail that thing to the wall, or what do they do? We want to go, careening down the avenue when it falls off there. SWL 41. And that is loud noise tonight. I even went around and I turned off all the lights. I went, flipping the switches, see if I could find out where it was coming from. We've been having a lot of fog here lately, so maybe there's some PG&E something going on. SWL 42. Yeah, you know what? I actually had it turned down. Okay, Richard makes a good point. The noise blank is, I'm going to roll it up to see if I can attenuate that, and hopefully it's not going to mess anything up. Here we go. Listening. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. It's about 40%, and we'll see if that messes up the incoming signals when the radios come on. Usually they're strong enough, but you hear that. You got to be careful with a noise blanker when you're listening to audio. You can give somebody a bad report. All right, thank you, Richard. Somebody who's been there and done that just a little bit, just enough to take out the noise and no more. Oh yeah, that's a lot better, huh?
Break OTR.
The Break OTR 42. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. We were on another frequency and didn't realize it with this split receive and transmit. 42 and the crew all here and accounted for.
Oh, well, I'm having a good time tonight. I have people sort of calling in and telling me how to run my radio. They're right. They know exactly what knobs to push and put this in the box and check that. And so you probably looked over and saw your number in the screen, and we have checked you in.
Thank you, sir. Now, we were doing some testing and flipped to the transmit frequency, a different one, and the receive was on 11, and I was keying up thinking I was there, and I wasn't. So that's what I get for thinking.
All right, well, at least one of us is thinking we're at 50%. Thanks for checking in, and if you got some radios tonight, we've got a space for you on the list. And 913 Popcorn, I had Charlie go out there, and he started unplugging everything in the green room. The little massage chair and the popcorn machine and the TV and the monitor with me on it. So they can, you could tell, you guys can plug that stuff back in. I think we found it was just a noise blanker. Now I'll have to make some other adjustments. Directed net roll call. We'll get through this. SWL 43. But there shouldn't be that much noise. SWL 44. Charlie says he unplugged everything. Well, is it dark over there? Go plug some stuff back in. I don't want people complaining about, their cold goulash. Somebody said proxy 44. I will get a proxy in for Mr. 360. Also say hello radio to 45. That's Paul and Kelly up in the hills. Hope you guys are listening in. Miss you on the radio. But thanks for listening in. SWL 46. Arlen's out there in Wisconsin. Some temperatures tonight. Let's go see what 00's doing. What's happening in Copenhagen? 26 degrees. Feels like 22. What time is it there? 5:30. The sun is coming up. So 26 degrees. Not too bad, I guess. Who else? Let's go over to okay, here's one. Beautiful Lake Elsinore. I know you guys had 80 degrees. It's 62 right now. The sun is down. I know in San Fernando Valley it was like 85 or something. That's California for you. Way out there. Chet says he wants to see what he's in for when he drives home. 7 degrees. Feels like 7 in Angola. So yeah, get your mittens ready. You're going to need them. Let's go back to the roll call. It's we're looking for SWL 47. And in Tennessee, hey, Foxman, what's going on? Have 1 inch of snow last Sunday, had an ice storm at 2 p.m., had trees Didn't lose. All right. The other thing in ice storm is if you have, a nice multi-elemental boom antenna with the long, something like 20 meters or whatever, you get icing, you get droop, and bad things are happening. Ice, what you have, ice on the...
Break.
Ice on the Mako?
SWL 47 on the crossband.
Okay.
Please,
we got
if you can even hear me.
Yeah, we got a crossband check, and we'll try that. KB6 GFD, hello, 47, you are sounding good. Take a check-in, over.
Miracle. All my Coleman lanterns are... Oh, go ahead.
What's that about the lanterns, over?
All my lanterns are going out. I'm running out of Coleman fluid, and I'm trying to put the batteries in the TRC 217.
Oh, it sounds like it's time to get on the little bike and start pedaling the generator or something. But you sound good. You're not full quieting on the crossband, but I hear you, over.
Okay, good. There's zero chance of me refueling these lanterns, but I'll get I'll attempt to get the batteries in the 217 in just moments.
All right, very good. Well, stay safe with the fumes or however you have to. See, my lantern is so old you have to use white gas. I'm sure you've updated for that. Anyway, we hear you and you are checked in, over.
Thank you, and I can hook you up on that if you want to light that lamp.
I still have some of the good stuff somewhere. It's been sitting around, but it still worked. I used it this year, and I was like, hey, it's still good. All right, thanks for joining us, KB6 GFD.
Got it, KB6 GFD, KJ6 EQV by the swimming pool.
Out by the swimming pool. Well, it's California, so he doesn't need his ice skates, but he might. All right, let's go to, thank you, Mike. Let's go to SWL 48. Someone says, give Sammy a check-in. I will do that. Out in beautiful Madera town. Oh, and Foxman, I saw that. He's on the 32 V2 or V3. That's the earlier models. We actually had one back at the OTR picnic. This is over 30 years ago. We made some contacts on it. It's a nice radio. I saw, and I really love that S meter. That Collins S meter, you can see when someone's got forward modulation. You can see when someone's doing it wrong. Collins sort of made the rule for doing the, microvolt, 50 microvolts, 100 microvolts for S9. Collins sort of came up with that. So if you see yourself on a Collins S meter, you know it's doing the right thing. Let's go to SWL 49. SWL 50. Gerald, I saw you in there earlier. I'm giving you a check-in if you might have jumped in or jumped out from Battle Creek, Michigan, UDX 36. Is that right? Yeah, that's what my paper says. I'm sticking to it. There's Gerald in the house. -4. Holy cow. All right. Well, the sun isn't out. Maybe that would help. Yeah, stay warm. Stay near the tube radios. Let's go over. Thanks for checking in. Let's go. Where are we going? Sangertown, SWL 51.
SWL 51 checking in.
All right, I can hear you. Hopefully you can hear me. I may have some antenna issues, but no problem getting in here tonight.
I can hear you loud and clear, Dennis.
All right, the loud and clear frequency X is in the square, and thanks for joining us on the Old Tube Radio Network. I want to take some more temperatures. Melbourne. Somebody listening in from Victoria, Australia. Weather conditions. It is tomorrow, right? It's the 1st of February. It's 3 in the afternoon. It's 65 degrees. Well, I think it's still summer out there, so that's okay. Where else do we want to go? Oh, let's go even farther. Preston. This is out in England, United Kingdom. Who's listening into the UK? We used to have a lot of UK listeners. 44 degrees. It's good morning, 4:30. You guys, you're either up very late or you're up early doing what you do in the early morning. Thanks for joining us here in Central California, the West Coast. the Old Tube Radio Network. Let's go to SWL 52. Aaron might join us. I had a good conversation with him last night after the Ditchbank sideband net, so I'll get him checked in. But I have a feeling he will be stopping by. SWL 53 checked in moments ago. Page 3, SWL 54 with proxy check-in. Over to SWL 55. SWL 56, just for kicks. He's going to start a ranch with all the early chickens he's got over there. SWL 57. Out there in central Kentucky, Mr. Brown Dog and the audio crew. Frank D, hello radio, Yellow Springs, Ohio at 7F. That's not some code. That's the, we're above zero. Hooray! All right, well, stay warm out there. Thanks for joining us. If you go to oldtuberadio.net, the 6L6 is glowing. I think if you hold your hands up to the screen, don't touch the tube, but if you hold your hands up to the screen, you will get warm.
Quickie.
The quickie, go ahead, over.
How's my audio? Any funny business going on?
All right, I'm looking at the scope, looking at the screen. Audio sounds good. Sounds like you normally do. I don't hear distortion. I do not hear any extraneous copyrighted material besides yourself. Over.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, great.
So you can start, stripping off the, number 14 wire and replacing those clip leads.
Oh, I flipped the switch. Anything different right now?
All right, I'm listening. If it's there, it's way, 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 way down, and I don't think it's there. It sounds clean.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna begin to start my. Oh, by the way, British Columbia was coming in on the whisper mode right around 6 o'clock.
Yeah, no, that's when I heard, I was hearing myself on the SDR, and somebody popped in from the Northwest. They were in for like 60 seconds. So it wants to. It's doing the, I think I can, but I don't know if it's going to do that or not. But thanks for the update. The Old Tube Radio Network, real radios glowing in the dark. We're on the SWL roll call. The radios will be coming up. What does that mean? That is, if you were never around in the air chair back in the 60s and 70s, we will try to recreate the sound of what that was like, not only with the operators, but with the radios, the demeanor, right? How we all talked back then, I guess. Try and give you some pictures to set the mood. And if you were around there, maybe you had your radio in the closet for 30 years and you're just putting stuff back out on the table, and you kind of want to get a refresh. Stay tuned, because we will try to do that. We have some great collectors around here with some great radios that know how to turn them on and key up, or is it key down? I never know. We'll see what happens. Let's go to SWL 58. Jeremy. Oh, I'm supposed to proxy Jeremy in because he is maybe going to try to put up an antenna. Probably not for this frequency, but if we can tune it up, it might work. Uncle Hairball 59 UH. I guess if we're abbreviating, but we're not going to do that. Are they still hanging out on Old Radio Night? Yeah, he goes for like 3 and 4 hours. How does he do it? It's hard just to sit in the air chair for 2 hours and look good. The look good part only happens for about 15 minutes. Hey, there's Squamish, BC. I was listening on an SDR today at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, listening to myself, checking in. So we had some conditions earlier in the day, but now I don't know. And Foxman said he was doing 2 streams today. Is that at the same time? I can't even do, Richie, I can't even do 1 at a time. So I don't know how you're able to do 2. Let's see if he's in the radio room, SWL 60.
Hey, I hope I got the right Top of the evening to you, Dennis, and all the fellas out there on the band. SWL 60 checking in.
60 checking in and doing a good job of it. We got you checked in, and then X in the square, and we've got a spot for you on the list if you've got any radios coming up.
Okay, Dennis. Thank you.
Okay, looking good. Thanks for joining us. Boy, California's up in the balcony. You guys, with your 70-degree weather, I don't know why you would come down, drop into the Central Valley here. Hello, Claremont, Canoga Park, Los Angeles. Yeah, we can see it's Claremont still at 60, right? You guys are hanging in there. I thought I saw Santa Barbara. What's going on there? In Santa Barbara, 60 degrees, 62. A nice place. Thanks for jumping in the Old Tube Radio Network. You're going to have to be way, way up on Cuesta Peak or something to hear us out here in the Central Valley tonight, but that hill is in the way. It's 61 checked in earlier, Mr. Copenhagen. Over to SWL 62. Shortwave listener 63. Oh, on the cell phone, yeah. Foxman, I have trouble. My finger doesn't work on the cell phone. I press stuff and nothing happens. So I don't know. I'm going to have to do. Is there some type of finger exercises for the phone? That would help me out because I'm iPhone challenged, I think. SWL 64. I believe I saw Craig in earlier. We'll get him with an X in the square. Over to SWL 65. And who else? They're pointing. They say, look at your list. Who is in? Oh, Nick, Ontario CB Club. Hello, radio. Thanks for joining us here on the Old Tube Radio Network. In the roll call, of course, SWL 66. SWL 67, Bill, I saw you. Hopefully, I know you check into the .net a lot, so hopefully that's working for you. We got some changes. Frodex has put up the super expensive new server, and we were still working on some of the audio stuff, but everything else should be okay. So thanks for checking in. Over to SWL 68. Michael got a proxy on an early check-in before the net started. Also, Kenny jumped in as well when I was doing the testing here earlier. So, Kenny, if you're still listening, Kenny and Marcia, hello to you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Kevin, touchscreens, they're not my friend. I don't know. I'm always having, I got to practice. There's got to be a way. Did Jack LaLanne ever have a thing to how to practice your touchscreen? Touch and out, and then breathe, and I don't know. Let's go to, who did I just check in? Oh, Kenny. Let's go up the hill to Mark, SWL 70. All right, I don't know what I have. Maybe it's a flip phone. Maybe that's why it doesn't work. He's got buttons on it. You have to press the buttons. No wonder it doesn't work. I'm getting Mark checked, and we had a great conversation last night after the Ditch Banks net. He will probably jump in here at some point. Next, we've got SWL 71. I wonder if Stan has jumped into the new and improved oldtuberadio.net, because Stan is always there. I don't see Dallas, Georgia in just yet. Doesn't mean he's not there. Just checking. I'll hang on to that. SWL 72. And Smitty. Oh, man. I did a reset or recalibrate on the router here because we thought, well, maybe it was something weird. I've got 3 connections up now, so it still could be something on my end, because I think you checked in before, and that would be on the same router, and the audio is really good, so I'm not sure. Check for a kink. Let's see if there's a kink in the line somewhere. SWL 73. Got him checked in on the crossband last week. I will get MI checked in. We got a proxy check-in for SWL 74 that takes us to SWL 75. 356 BYU. Jumping in. So, yeah, by the time I ever get in the air chair in the evening, Smitty, the 40 meters is gone. The band has just changed drastically, so maybe we'll get some conditions. Let's go to SWL 76. They're in Johnson, Rhode Island. Seeing who's there and who's not. SWL 77.
SWL 77, 1017 here, checking in, and good to hear you, Dennis. Sounding great out this way.
Yeah, likewise. You're, well, I put some more smoke. I did the Collins redo on my S meter, so now you're above 20, sounding good. Dennis is in, and 78, Wild Wildemar. Richard, thank you for the... Turn your noise he got noise. Turn your noise blanker on. Okay. Sometimes it's the simplest things. We can't hear you. Press the mic button. All right. It's as easy as that. That's why I like radio. Got you checked in. Let's go to SWL 79.
Checking in.
Are you still in Studio G?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, you're big signal. I put the preamp on. You're sounding good.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks for checking in. Michael, is there still a lot of Lafayette rigs out there? Well, if you were to go back to our archives, which we don't have from 30 years ago, it was often that the Lafayette radios would be the most heard manufacturer checking in between the Comstat 19 and the 23 and the 25 and the 25A and the HE something and the HA something. But today, I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Lafayette collectors. They are out there. The early radios, I don't know if Lafayette ever made their own thing. I think DeWalt made some of the earlier stuff, and then they went to the Panasonic chassis, which were really good. So if you've got a Lafayette, regardless of whether it's old or new, it's going to be good. So keep it and check in somewhere. Let's go to SWL 80. And I will bring it up. Got a nice shot today. They washed. They went to the ginormous car wash and took the big red limo to the car wash. I went and took a picture of it. So if I find that, we'll show it. Was it 2 weeks ago? I think 2 weeks ago or a week ago we did have a 25A. I think that's the one with the wood sides on it. In fact, it might have been from the Mobile. I don't know. Let's go to page 4, SWL 81. Over to SWL 82. 82
checking in from the Ditch Banks of Biola. And we did talk to SWL 58 on 10 meter and on 11 meter. And he was on a wire. And I talked to him both vertical and on horizontal beam. So anyway, he was just running 200 watts, and I had him about 5x5, 5.7.
Good. Yeah, I've been doing some SDR links around, and the band has been pretty good for exactly where he's at. He's in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, so he's by a couple little small towns, Cooksville, Livingston. So he was. They're experiencing the 20-degree weather, and school has been out for about a week because if they get anything white on the ground, they consider it snow, so they cancel school. So he says the roads are all salted up, and he goes, nobody's out and about, but his kids were able to drive to the bowling alley and do some bowling, have the whole place to themselves.
Oh, yeah, that would be me. That would be me at the bowling alley. I used to do the New Year's Eve thing where you just stay there for 12 hours. back when we were in high school. That was fun stuff. So, okay, I think though, did he break the news to the kids that I think whatever days you are out, they're going to add them to the end of the list, right?
Hey, that's Tennessee. They do things way different over there. You don't have to take a permit out to build a house. You just build it. So, yeah, I don't think their schools work the same way.
Okay, no wonder they're having fun. You are sounding good. That is the voice of Ron, Mr. Bones. You will hear him if you tune in on Friday evenings, 8 p.m. Pacific time here on the West Coast for the Ditch Banks sideband net at 36 lower. He's got a great transmitter. He's got a great receiver. There's a spot for visitor check-ins, and a good time is had by all. So, as they say, join us, won't you? Thanks, Ron. Over to, we're on page 4 if you're playing the home game. SWL 83. I just say that to remind myself because I might not be on page 4. JZ, I know I saw you somewhere on one of my lists. Rob, sounds like Texas. Well, not that far. Oh, it's a T, right? All those T places. Texas, Tennessee. Let me put an X in the square for 83. Mr. JZ. Spartan says, every radio station should have a YouTube live channel. Probably because they could. They know how to do it. Not like me. We've got 84, 86, 87, and 88. That, of course, is the Cheerios Kid, Mountain Maid, Snowy Owl, Tandy Girl, and the Snowy Owl, respectively. All getting the check-ins here. We're jumping over to SWL 90. And then heading out to SWL 91, Felix. Who is that? Is that Tony saying, I need to fire up the 990 that's just off camera? I wish I had a 990. Great audio on those, even at 4K. Good audio machine. Kenwood on AM or FM. Let's go to SWL 92. We're in the home stretch here. SWL 93. Mr. STD got an early check-in moments ago. SWL 95. Where is the warthog this evening? And hello, who just walked in the green room up there? I saw the door open. Somebody came in. Oh, in Sapulpa, Oklahoma? Hello, radio. Yeah, it's a little warmer here than the 23 degrees you guys have tonight. But thanks for joining us on the Old Tube Radio Network. Over to, where are we going? SWL 96. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. SWL 97. Yeah, we have a meeting after the net. That's, Charlie and Chet and I, and we look at the notes and they say, you missed that one. You better add that one. You didn't. Yeah, so I'll get it. Even if you're there, we'll eventually put you on the list. SWL 98. Hello, Tracy. X in the square. The promos are getting better. They're getting more scary. The semi-animated guy is starting to look more like me than I look like me. At some point, I will come into the air chair of the Old Tube Radio Network, and I will be sitting there already. I'll just turn around and go to the green room. Oops, let me get you officially checked in. I got to hit the right box. SWL 99. Oh, Kurt is there. All right, we'll pick Kurt up on the Echo line. Radio Randy said, get a check-in for Randy. He might stop by. All right, speaking of Echolink, let me put that up and we'll get the Echolink and we'll check we can check the DX map. All right, I'm firing up the Echolink. Let's start. I'm going to start with Tony, and then we'll pick up Kurt. We'll go out of order for a little bit. But KD4BAO from KB6GFD. Hello, Tony. Get the Echolink link. That's the noise you hear people checking in and checking out.
Hey,
Here comes
good
Tony.
evening, Dennis. Please check in SWL100. Good to hear you. Great audio tonight on the video. Back to net control, KD4BAO.
And I like those stations that always know how to get an extra point with net control to tell them that your audio sounds good. Thanks. And likewise on the Echolink. Thanks, Tony, out there in South Carolina, getting ready for Tubes on the Air. It's about the best place or best way to stay warm. Thanks. 73 to you, KB6GFD. All right, let's go over to. I want to get Kurt, since you're in there. I called your number, and then I probably missed you on the screen, but I see you now. So, W9KEC. Hello, Kurt, KB6GFD, take a transmission. That's SWL96. Put him back in the queue here. I think he's got the audio.
Yeah, KB6GFD in the net. This is Whiskey 9 Kilo Echo Charlie. It's been a minute since I've been here.
Yeah.
I moved to Wabash, Indiana. And I'm currently in an apartment building, so I can't put any antennas up. However, I have ordered a tapped mobile antenna with a tri-magnet mount.
I've got one of those.
And a Life PO4 battery. And
he's ready.
we are going to take this show portable. So that's my plans. Sorry I haven't been here in a couple of weeks. But we're back now. Thanks for everything you do, Dennis, and we'll turn it back over to net control. Sounding good in my neighborhood. KB6GFD, W9KEC. Over.
I like that over. Sounding good on the Echolink. Nice audio, and I've got one of those mag mounts, so that'll work. I mean, that'll work on the cooler or the air conditioner or somewhere. You probably just stick it on top of the Buick and run the cable inside. So it sounds like you're ready to go. Battery's a good way to keep things going. Sounds like you're going to be set up. So yeah, good to hear you on. It was glad to see you on the link. And thanks for jumping in with the X. I made the X a little bit bigger. All that ink we've been saving the past couple of weeks, I used it all up on this square. 73 to you. Thanks for joining us. KB6GFD. Echolink. Who we got now? Oh, let's go over to. Got to get back on the list here. Let's say hello to Ron, and then we'll pick up Albert. So it is N9XYI. Hello, Ron. Take a transmission. KB6GFD. And I don't remember where Ron. He's in 9 land. We'll find out where he's at. If he's listening, sometimes there's a big delay. All right, let's try Albert is in. Hey, Albert, we'll grab you, see what's going on up there in the hills. KI6CBA from KB6GFD.
Hello, radio from KI6CBA, where it's cold and sparks. And Dennis, it's just wonderful to be with you and the radio guys. Looking forward to the radios that are coming up. Someday I'll get on the air. We're kind of in a RF hole here in Reno.
It is.
Radio waves don't go south, they don't go east, they don't go west. But I love listening to you on the internet.
They go straight up.
And the Echolink. So with that, I'm going to say 73 good night, and we'll be watching the radios. See ya.
Good deal. Yeah, in the void. In the void of Reno. I actually drove through there when I was going to Yosemite or Yellowstone this year, and it's kind of like up and down, and the freeway loops around. It's kind of nice. It was nice. Anyway, thanks for joining us as always, and you are sounding good. So we'll pick up. I see Smitty is in and Ron is back, so we'll pick up 2 more, and I'll take a quick break. Thank you, Al. KB6GFD. And before I do that, because he is being very patient, SWL 102. Yeah, we have a. You have a lot of stations on Echolink tonight, but I know you're there. I know you are in the queue. The light is shining on you. So before they pan away on the camera, we'll say hello to 102. That's John, of course, in Scranton, Arkansas, and you are checked in. Thanks for joining us, and you did good. I'm kind of dragging my feet here. Back to the Echolink. All right, back to the Echolink link. Ron, I see you, but we'll be right back to you. I want to get Smitty because somehow you pressed the right button. You pulled the lever, or else you talked to the Wizard of Oz. WB1G, KB6GFD, over. Or not. I'll see what happens. Oh, here we go. There it is. I hear the audio coming out. I hear it thumping.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened to me. I'm maybe just a little bit challenged here. On the ESSB configuration tonight, we did a little bit of rewiring, and anybody who's into radios knows the second you try to rewire or hook something up, sometimes things go south. So, Dennis, good being with you tonight. Hello. Check me in from Sacra Tomatoes on the Orban tonight, and the whole setup here. Back to you.
It is sounding good. I used to have my audio board into the input of the computer here for the Echolink, and then I lost the connector, and then something else happened. So I'm just going through the dinky little mic hole. So I apologize, but Smitty's one of the West Coast ESSB guys, and yeah, he's running an Orban. So you know he's got the good stuff. Anyway, glad you got everything connected, sounding good. You can hear the replay back, and you're being double processed. You're going through the where is it up here? You're going through the Gentner, but I got it backed way off. Those lights are just ticking a little bit just to keep the levels up. So I think what you hear is what you're going to get. 73 to you, and we'll catch you on the wide band someday. KB6GFD.
You bet. Before I hang up, though, I do have to take a look at the REA meters and just see how I'm doing tonight. And okay, yeah, looking good. Oh man, looking good. Yeah, I listened to the last replay when I checked in, and the audio was very good. But that Echolink codec doesn't do me any favors and doesn't let that Orban sparkle. But oh well, all good. Get back to it. I'm going to keep watching here on YouTubers. WB1G.
All right, 73. Yeah, it's got that. How much bandwidth do we have to get the digital ringing a little bit? But we know what it sounds like going in. 73. All right, one more. Let's pick up. Who did I get? I didn't get Ron. Okay, we'll try that. N9XYI. I see you up there. Take a transmission. KB6GFD. Go ahead, Ron. And I still want to find out. He told me before, and I can't remember where he's at.
All right, Dennis, I don't know if I'm working or not. We're having a little technical difficulties here.
Yeah, I got it.
I just checked in, watching on the big screen here again, and you're sounding good. N9XYI.
All right, the audio is in. You might, if you've got a level control, you might be able to bring it down a little bit. I think the Echolink's got all sorts of compression that'll help you out, but you could probably drop your level. But still sounds good. I can understand you 100%. And thanks for jumping into the Old Tube Radio Network tonight. 73 to you, KB6GFD. We need a 111, don't we? If the 111 guy ever gets Echolink, I'm going to be in trouble. Continuing with the roll call. 23 Skidoo. Wondering what is going on out there. We got the Mud Duck and friends quacking in from the Monterey Bay, where, I don't know, did you guys have 80-degree temperatures like they did in Southern California, in the San Fernando Valley. There's 23 Skidoo up on the link. And we're back on page 4. 100 is in, 102 is in. Also, let me get Joey, SWL, stay keyed down here, SWL 103. Joey checked in at oldtuberadio.net. He might be there. He's checking in last weekend, ice last weekend, now snow this weekend. But South Carolina is okay. So, good deal, 103. Did I check you in? Yeah, you're good. Gotta know where it's at. 82. I knew it. I knew it was 82 today. We're having fog out here. And who's waving? Somebody says they're waving. Is it Jake? It's Jake. Jake from State Farm. Hello, radio. Thanks for jumping into the Old Tube Radio Network. Over to SWL 109. Crawdad. Note to Proxy Crawdad. He got proxied in last night on the ditch banks. Yeah, okay, I see that. Prom night. Oh, my gosh. All right. I remember my prom night. I think this is what I wore. I'm not sure. Back in my prom night. I may still have what is it, the thing you tape to your lapel? Some little flower, I don't know. Driving the family station wagon. Yeah, I look cool. Oh, good for him. He's going to have a good time. And then when he goes to his 50th anniversary, 50th high school anniversary, your prom date, like it did with mine, your prom date will show up. And we recreated our picture, our prom picture for 50 years later. All right, let's go to... I didn't tell her. It's like, you do what? You do what on Saturday? Let's go to SWL 111. Yeah, I remember you were kind of a geeky guy back then. Let's go to SWL 113. SWL 114. Hello, Rickshaw.
114, checking out.
114. Sounded good last night on the Ditchbank Sideband Net and likewise here on your Old Tube Radio Network. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for checking me on, Dennis.
All right, you are checked in. Douglas, I kid you not, I think it was a 69, what is it, Ford Galaxy? The big boat of a thing. But it got me there. It got me back. Let's go to SWL 128. Now, John always typically checks in over at, from Fairfax, Virginia, over to oldtuberadio.net. And I'm hoping that even though I don't see Fairfax, Virginia, I'm looking to see if he jumped in. So I'm hoping that some of the, our regulars that normally check in didn't have an issue where they have to refresh or redo a cache or all that weird stuff, that weird mystery stuff you do. So hopefully they'll be able to reset and get in, because I haven't seen 71, I haven't seen 128. But hopefully whatever we've done, and it's a good thing, the stuff we've done is good. Whatever the good thing we've done will transfer to our stations we like. Edmonton, Alberta, you are just in the house here. What's going on with you guys? 26 degrees. Up in Edmonton. Are you guys an hour 10:13? No, you're the same time we are. Continue on. They're giving me the speed up. They say we're not going to get any radios if I don't stop talking here. So let's go to SWL 131. And Chris, 22. I'm breaking this stuff here. Hello from NorCal. We're here in Central Cal, so we're not going to have any conditions tonight. SWL 133. SWL 135.
Excuse me. Have to get the voice going again. SWL 135, checking in. And it's the, what is this? It's the Tom Cod spawning moon, according to our friends up north. Back to you.
Tom Cod spawning moon. A picture or a band by the name? I didn't. I started looking at that. Each moon has a name or a phase, whether it's waxing or waning, and the top or the bottom. So, our tip of the hat to Tom Cod and all these spawns at sea. And you are sounding great. I put an X in the square.
Thank you.
The old Tube Radio Network, real radios glowing in the dark. Chris, west of Santa Rosa. When was I in Santa Rosa? Years ago, not too long ago. They had the National Federation of Community Broadcasters. We were in Santa. It was right after the fire. It was like the year or a couple months after the fire up there. But very, very nice up that way. Let's go to SWL 137. Over to Tony, SWL 145. Hello, Tony, if you can hear me. All right, Tony, I know that's you. You've got no audio, just a buzz, but that is you, and I've got you checked in up in the hill. All right, thanks. And again, thanks for the Friday morning questions. SWL 147, Neil checked in earlier, so that is a good thing. Mr. Snow Beast, SWL 188.
Good evening, Tom Dennis, 188 checking in.
188, sounded good tonight. Loud and clear as always, and we put the X in the square over.
10-4, appreciate all you do. 188 waving and gone.
All right, I appreciate all I do when I do it correctly. It just isn't often, thanks. All right, it still looks like I need to, I don't know, maybe not, turn my audio up. It's like the station's checking in sound better than I do, but that's okay. Let's go, Mr. Snowbeast, 195. I do believe we got 195 in early. Checking in again, and I hear you. I fixed my noise blanker, and now you sound even better. Over. All right. Well, someday I'll get that extra 5 feet on the mast, and everybody will hear me. Thanks, Jim. And way out to Madera, where they're having trouble hearing this mud duck station. But if you're watching 223, let me get you in the queue. If you're watching on the video, there you go. We've got you checked in, and someday I will have some fire in the wire. Ham radio ladies have been listening to Channel 11 in Southern California and haven't heard much from my location. Yeah, we're just too close. It would be, summertime. If we get some of that tropo, I would say it could happen. I've talked to people in Upland, in Riverside, like Huntington Beach, but that's that summer stuff that jumps in for just a moment at some time. So keep on listening, and good to have you aboard. Where we go? Oh, Jeff, Mr. Shockwave 226. And anybody else that may or may not need a check-in over. And do we have time? They say, yeah, we have time if we want to try getting the questions in tonight. I have not even been, I have not looked at the questions, so just do it right now. 2 questions. First question is a multiple choice dealing with, vacuum tubes. A vacuum tube that functions similarly to a silicon controlled rectifier is a what? So what tube is like the rectifier? Is it a sweep tube, a tetrode? I can't even read that. Okay, that's the type of small, a Tyrathon, T-H-Y-R-A-T-R-O-N, or a Klystron. So which of those is more like a silicon-controlled rectifier? Sweep tube, A, tetrode, B, Thyratron, C, or a Klystron, D? Well, I don't think it's a Klystron. We used to have those. That was the big power tube like we had in the TV transmitters, where they're sitting there in the, antifreeze trying to stay cool. A couple of people say C. Everybody likes that one I didn't pronounce right, C. So let's see what the answer is. Let's see if it's C. The answer, C. All right, everybody got that one correct. A Thyratron, particularly the blue glowing mercury. Oh, Thyratron. So you look down in the little vents of your radio and see that blue thing going on. Glowing mercury Thyratron. So good. I learned something. Number 2. No multiple choice. The Morse code waves produced by a spark. Bring me that spark transmitter again. They must be down on channel 6 getting these. The Morse code waves produced by a spark transmitter are what kind of waves? What kind of waves? We should be asking the Beach Boys for that. The Morse code waves produced by a spark transmitter are what kind of waves? And there's no choice on this one. Well, the kind of waves, it's AC. Well, that would work. It's called damped waves. Those damped waves, anyhow. Well, there you go. All right, that's. I will move on. But those are the questions, such as they are. Back in a minute. I'm trying to think what I have to reset. I've got all sorts of different things here, and I got to figure out what I got to reset to get into the tube radios. Probably not too much. We will be back in a moment. And who is that? Pittsburgh. Says it's been a couple of years since you've stopped by. Good to see you are still doing this. I know. People come by 30 years. It's like I haven't been checked in the 21st century, and it's good to see you're still doing this. It's like it's good to see that your suit still fits. That's what I like. After 30 years, it's good to see that you can fit into the same clothes. I'll be back in a moment with your old tube radio, so don't go away. All right, I think it's easy. I think they're giving me the sign. It says we're ready to go for the tubes. All right, let's do this, and I'll make some adjustments if necessary.
You may not find us on your TV because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
Wow, I just looked. Oh, there we go. All right, it's good. It scared me there for a minute. I looked at the Wheatstone meters and nothing was moving, but that's just the jingle singers not doing their thing. So that looks good. Somebody was asking about the peak meters, negative peaks, positive peaks. I don't know how accurate this is, but it looks about right. The scope is looking for flat topping, but when you listen to it, this doesn't sound too bad. So we will leave well enough alone, because this part of the program is not about me talking. It's about me shutting up and letting the tube radios do what they are supposed to do. So let me clear the rigs, get the proper channel on here. I think I need that. Is that what I need? Yes, I do. All right. The Old Tube Radio Network is listening for any and all radio check-ins. Over.
135, 135.
135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. When I stop talking, it is. 135, I'm putting you on the list. It is our first radio of the evening, the Old Tube Radio Network. What we do, what is it? What's the thing we do? To promote the use and distribute information about the Class D Citizen radio service, to help things out, and to just kind of give everybody a flavor of what the old radios sounded like, what they look like, what we all used to do. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. When I stop talking, it is. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect. 135, 135, and thank you. It says the audio is perfect You know, when there wasn't a phone to worry about, or there was a phone to worry about, but it had a dial and there was no answering machine. And what did you do? Well, you know, as soon as Donna, Rita, and Lassie were over, you turned on, you got those rabbit ears out of the way, and you turned on your CB radio and had your little 5-minute chat, which is what we're going to do right now. Hello to you. Over.
And hello right back to you. Let's see. This here is a radio from Caldwell, New Jersey. This is the Polycom Senior 23. I suppose as opposed to the Junior. I don't know if they made a Junior or not. This is the Polycom Senior 23. There are 14 tubes in this thing. That's a lot of tubes for one reasonably small transceiver. It's both base and mobile operation. I'm currently out in the CB Cabana. It is in the base mode. But this thing comes with both AC and DC power cords, and it is for sale. Let's see, all 23 channels, crystal controlled, transmit and receive, multi-function meter, and let's see, this is the original hand mic. You have to ask Harvey. If Harvey's out there listening, I can't remember who made these mics, but it's the heavy metal teardrop-shaped mic. This one has the Polycom logo on the back. In the front, it has the hanger, little hanger button, which I'm talking right into. And it has a special feature I will demonstrate when you ask me to.
Most excellent. And I do believe that we have a picture of the actual radio. It's your collection says Polycom Senior 23, photo courtesy of Cliff. SWL 135. While I'm on here, let me go to, can we go full page? Yeah. And it's next to a cool looking replication of like an RCA 77 microphonium. Wow, this is a top of the line. Look at all those knobs on there. So we'll listen in. I'll put the S meter up. We'll have all of that. So, okay, I actually have the picture of the radio. Over to you.
CalRad.
Telrad or CalRad?
C-A-L-R-A-D.
Okay, did you get that, Dennis?
C-A-L-R-A-D. And that is that the edition?
No, that's the maker of the microphone.
Oh, CalRad. All right. I'm trying to think if I could zoom in to see that, but I don't need to. Indeed. All right. Yeah, it looks like an RCA 77 replica.
Yeah, that's not the mic that's coming with it. Isn't there in the picture on top of the radio a metallic teardrop-shaped mic?
Yes. In fact, let me go to my close-up. Is that the close-up? That's not exactly what I want. Extreme. Oh, yeah, it is. Oops. I'm not. Oh, you know what? I'm in a bad loop here. Hold on a second. I don't know what's going on. I just blew something up. All right, there we go. Senior 23. Let me go to the extreme. Oh, that is weird. It's doing something funky there. We can't do that. So, yes, it is up on top, and I can definitely see it. Over.
Okay, yeah, that is the original mic, and that's what's coming with it. It also has my favorite thing on this radio, other than all the cool knobs and adjustments and the interesting and very different kind of look. It has, I do not have the receive call unit, but it does have the sending call unit, which sounds like this. Now, I'm doing that. It's spring-loaded, so you can make it beep any way you like. You can even make it act like a Roger beep.
Sounds good. And can you hear that on your end? You can hear the tone or whatever it's doing?
Not really. I can, I'm watching my wiggle meters wiggle, and I'm just the teensiest bit high in frequency, or some might say I'm right on frequency. I'm not sure. But I can't really make it out, but I can see it hit the watt meter.
Got it. No, it sounds good. It's probably 100% modulated. I can do a frequency check, but I'm here on AM. We don't hear any difference. So it's sort of a manual Roger beep. Like you can leave off or put as long as you want. Polycom. I like the way they have the little burst around the channel selector, and then it goes off to the side, and that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I like that. It really highlights, in this particular case, channel 11 as the nice glowy channel 11, and then a dark brown burst all around it, like kabam! You're on channel 11. Anywho, let's see. Any of those knobs you want to know about? There's many of them, or I can just go through them.
Yeah, let's do that. I was trying to do the split so you can see the S meter and the audio looking good, but it doesn't put the radio in the right spot on my page for some reason. So let's go back to that. And all right, we're looking at the radio. So if you start, wherever you want to start, or you start by the S meter and work your way down, we will follow along over.
Okay, I'll try to keep it brief. Multifunction meter switch just to the right of the meter. The meter it's small, but it does many things. The first position is PA, so it does have a PA function. The next position is mod, so you can watch your modulation. Let's do that now. Audio. Hey, that's pretty cool. It does show it very well. I'm back on microvolts, which is your S meter, and it shows you standard S meter readings up to plus 60. But it also shows the same scale in microvolts from -3, at the 0, all the way to the top, which says 100K. That's your microvolts. And then you click over one more, and that's your watt meter. Shows watts. Let's see, is that even remotely accurate? Audio. It's pretty close. Yeah, okay. It's still working, right? Audio. There we are. Let's see. Then next to that is the PC relay sensitivity, which if you had the rest of the call unit, that adjusts the sensitivity of it. Let's see. Then let's go down to the big 4, down at the bottom left. In the upper left of that area, you've got the squelch, which is backwards. I have it cranked all the way clockwise to open it up. You go counterclockwise to squelch things out. Then in between that and the next knob is your ringer. You remember that thing. And that's how you can set that. And then on-off volume is to the right of that. So going back to the lower left is your mic gain. You get a mic gain control, which I've got pretty much cranked. And then to the right of that, of course, is the mic plug. And after the mic plug is the automatic. It's a fully adjustable automatic noise limiter. You know what I'm saying. Which actually works pretty well. If you crank it up too high, people become distorted. Back to you.
Good description. I got another front faceplate here. So the Polycall is actually built right into the radio there, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's another unit or something else you need to plug in the back for the receive.
Okay, because I remember our deal with FCC type acceptance on the general radio telephone. Oh, I see why. This is this radio is older than I thought. 1962 to 63. See, that is before the FCC went in and dinged general radio telephones. Right about the same time. This radio was a $350 radio in 1962. Who's got the math to let us know what that is in $26 over?
Oh Oh, yeah, this was a whole lot of radio back then. That's when, at least most of the other radios I've had from this period are usually, like 6-channel or 8-channel radios, maybe even some 12-channel radios. But, yeah, this has all 23 channels. That all by itself was, not everybody was doing that, or only the top-of-the-line units did. Back to you.
That is for sure. And who was it? Oh, Pittsburgh is noticing that the sound like an oscillation or a series of beeps. The other unit that had a built-in tone call was a general radio telephone, and that's the one they called it the Q-Bird. It went rear, rear, rear. So you might be thinking of that one. We might even have one of those stop by tonight. I've got a little, and I'll be brief here, but a little issue on the description. First 23-channel, all-crystal-controlled citizen band transceiver utilizing frequency synthesizing circuitry, built-in tone filter for selective calling, S-meter, and output indicator. Also serves as a PA system. Aha, you got a PA there.
Break OTR.
The break OTR, go ahead.
Yeah, your cost of inflation from 62 to 26 is $3,756.
Yeah, we got a confirmation on that. We're like $3,700 back in the day. So this was, you had to be on a couple of paper routes to afford this radio.
Yeah, I'll take that.
There you go. So it says your selective calling S-meter output indicator also serves as a PA system. The Polycom Senior 23 transceiver exclusively provides spectromatic tuning, a new features synthesizing concept that both transmits and receives over the full range of 23 channels. And I like the way they write this up, telling you, yeah, you got a 23-channel radio. Enjoy full 23-channel operation without paying extra for additional equipment. The Polycom Senior 23 incorporates every new advanced feature available in the professional communications operator world. New features include Polycom selective squelch and ringer, completely silences the Senior 23 until one of your own units calls you. The tone ringer activates similar units in the system, controls lights, tapes, recorders, garage door openers, blows, car horns, etc. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I was going to bring up that the fact that you can even open your automatic garage door with this thing, if it has the right frequency. There's a whole lot of, screw contacts in the back. And somewhere listed, probably in Sam's, which one of those things to wire up to what to get whatever to work. They tried to think of everything.
They did. Well, that's why it's a senior. So this was really competing with Tram and Browning. If you go to oldtuberadio.com, there's the description there. There is also, it looks like there's a Polycom Senior 23 SAMS 4 and schematic PDF. So let me go back. I'll go back to the shot of the radio that is actually the one on which you're on which you're transmitting here, and it would look a lot like that if I get it in the right spot. There it is. And the microphonium that comes with the unit is the one that's on top of the radio. You can see the coil cord and the teardrop shape. That's the microphone you're using now?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's got plenty of audio. It doesn't sound too wacky at all. What else? What else you got? I think it's... I was going to take a transmission, and we're going to do the zero beat here.
Okay.
We got 0852, but I think that might be pretty close to on frequency. Audio 1, 2, 3. What do you think?
Get back to AM here. You know what? I'm at 85000, and if I go low, it's so. If you're high, you aren't high by much. 20 cycles. That thing is right on frequency.
Yeah, it may be one of the closest on-frequency radios I've got currently. And as I said, it is for sale. Contact your local Harvey dealer.
Okay, we will do that. And you are operating it from a base configuration, right?
Yeah, currently. If anybody wants me to, I could operate it mobile. I was going to and changed my mind.
Well, this is a change your mind frequency. So does it have a separate plug in the back, sort of like fuse a DC cable then?
Yeah, it comes with both cables. And there's a couple of hooks on the back of the radio. You can wind the cords around. And I keep both cords on there. But so, yeah, you take your separate cord, you plug it into where this one is, and hook it up to your favorite 12-volt source.
Pretty cool. I was looking. I don't have a rear projection of that, but it's big. It's got the little light that comes on, front throw speaker. How does the receive sound? I don't know if the meter's working, but I'm just wondering, as they say in CB radio, what am I hitting you with?
You know, I was afraid you were going to ask that. Give me just a second, and I will have to adjust my glasses because, as I said, it's very small. Come back at me again.
All right, radio testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Old Tube Radio Network.
Okay, I'm currently getting you with an 8, and that's at the 50 microvolt area, I think.
Okay, does it? Can you tell from the magnification that you currently have if it does it actually have the microvolt gradient on the meter scale?
Yes. As I was saying earlier, it goes from like -3, you know where the 0 is, -3 all the way up to 100K.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like that. Maybe they got the Art Collins S meter adjustment. Very good. Polytronics Polycom Senior 23, alive and well. Original microphonium plugged right into the front. The call tone, which and 1 year later, the FCC really said, you don't build the stuff in. Don't build those noise things into the radio. They got to be totally out. And I hope you go check your garage door to make sure it's closed after you're done.
That's right. And hope that you don't open all the garage doors in the neighborhood with it.
Indeed, indeed. Sounding good on the Old Tube Radio Network tonight. It is our first radio check-in of the evening. I hope it's not our only radio check-in, but we will find out, and doing a good job on all the way around. Over.
Okay, thanks, and see ya.
And I had the noise blanker on, and I didn't hear any bad tearing or anything. That's really a good indication that the audio is good. Speaking of good audio, let's talk to the jingle singers here.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Greetings to you, wherever you are. Your favorite spot on the dial by far is known to you as
OTR, the Old Tube Radio Network.
The station for you is
OTR.
Station for you, and maybe even you, the Old Tube Radio Network listener.
Good God, please tell me I'm not at 846, not Radio 2.
We have just been talking up a storm here at the Old Tube Radio Network. So were you to have a tube radio, which I believe you do, we'd be writing in, or the net controller would be saying, hello there, your radio number 2, take a transmission.
Oh, that was cool. That was not me. I won't say who was that, but who was that?
That was probably somebody on a Polycom Senior. And maybe somebody on a general radio telephone, which we will get to shortly after we find out who Radio 2, or what Radio 2 is, rather.
Yeah, oh, good God. I can't compete with that. All right. It's a Robin T123, no B. It's got the Match Guy tube, and nothing cool like whatever a couple of radios have just been demonstrating.
Well, I don't know about that. Let's bring it up. I don't know why my little box is off there for some reason. Let's go to full page. There it is. Robin, you've got now that was a 63 radio. This is probably a 1969-70 because they stopped these in 72, I think. So this is a little bit later, 5 years down the road. We're synthesizing the crystal. You know, they sort of did that for you back then, so they paved the way. But still, how do you look at your audio? You put a tube in the front, and you cut a hole in a little bezel in the front of the radio, and you look right at that tube so you can see what's going on. Over.
Yep. Well, when I got this radio, it did not have an amplified mic. And that Magic Eye tube, I think, is 6 or 13. Didn't do much of anything, but now that I still have an amplified D104, I have no idea how old the battery is, but the Magic Eye tube is just going crazy. No, it's not out on the patio. I used to enjoy doing it on the radio patio. You put a plate of food in front of it, and it looks like your radio is trying to munch down on your food. But I did not do the radio out there.
No problem. I'm just making some adjustments. I've got a lot of static tonight, so there's static coming in with all of the radio audio, and it's not on the transmitting end. It's on my end tonight. So I just want to, if anybody's listening to the replay or listening on the receive, that static is just, the noise blanker might take it out when nothing's happening, but it does come in a little bit with the radio. But everybody's sounding good. We'll do an antenna check in the morning. You're getting some reports of some nice audio, which is indeed true. And yeah, you don't have to worry about shouting on that one. Over.
Good. It's late at night, and even though if this is one, I still feel like I'm not making it do what it should. But I think on that, I'll send it back to you. I feel so bad for not having used it on the radio patio, but it's great in the radio lounge all of the time. It's been Old Faithful. So on that, I'll send it back to you, sir. 73 from the radio lounge.
Good deal. Yeah, I've got something on my close-up. Something happened on my close-up shot where it's going into a feedback loop. So we won't use that. Radio number 2, the 11-tube 2-transistor CB transceiver, known as the Robin T123. Back in the day of Sam's PhotoFax 35, page 95, it will go 12-volt DC. It's got a little cable plugs in. Attaches at the plus and minus. Otherwise, you can run it like I think Mike's doing with the 115-volt AC. Sounding good in the proverbial old tube radio neighborhood. Thanks for bringing by radio number 2. And
20.
And I was about to say, who else is out there? But 20, you are sounding good. Take a transmission with what's going on. Over.
Alrighty. This is a general radio telephone, MC5. Now, this one I just got, had to do a whole lot of work on it. Someone had taken out some parts, I had to put them back in. And then I did a little modification. Let's see what we got here. Now we got that little thing, and then we got this little thing. See if I can do it here. There we go. And, yes, you can talk over it too.
Right, it's in the mic circuit. The Tweety Bird, the Q Bird, somebody was on the chat was saying that's sort of what they remember. And this is probably the one you heard. There was probably far more general radio telephone MC5s than there were Polycom Seniors, because these radios were less than $200. I think they were like $159 or $179. And these two, back in 1962 and 63, before the FCC axed the little switches and buttons in the front of your radio. Let me go back. There's that switch below the S meter that you are either pushing or pulling or doing something to, over.
It's a spring-loaded switch here. Anyway, I have another one that does the same thing, only it's more high-pitched, slightly different parts. I put these in, the parts in this one, just see if I can get it to do a little different. And I'm using the microphone, the Waffle mic general radio telephone, stock mic, and the plug on the mic says, well, it doesn't talk, but it shows NAF number 212938-1, which stands for, ready? Let me do this, get it ready here. Stands for Naval Aircraft Factory Standardized Parts. This plug was used on microphones, let me see which mic, the RS-38A microphone in military aircraft. This one, NAF, naval aircraft, during World War II, 1939 to 1945. And it is similar to the, where is it here? Let me find it. The Army Air Forces plug, PL-68. Now, I have both plugs, the naval plug and a bunch of Army Air Force plugs. The reason why these are unique is it's like a quarter-inch plug, only a little smaller. Quarter-inch plug will not plug in here. They use these because back in the day for headphones, they used a quarter-inch plug, and then originally they used the same size plug for the mic, and people would mix them up. So they made these smaller ones so you couldn't mix them up. Anyway, I've got to do a little bit more work on this one, and then it may be for sale, but that'll be down the road a bit.
Right, you just caught me. I was zero beating your signal. Looks like you might be 84, about 350 cycles low. Not bad. You're well within the 700 or something that the FCC allows. Let me get back on frequency. And you are using the standard microphone. I think you said that's the Waffle mic. That's what we're showing here. This is this radio that we're seeing is from Paul's collection. It's got the rack handles. Can you tell, is that a carbon microphone? You ever pulled one of those off and it looks like it's got the little telephone, the 1960s telephone cartridge in there, over?
Negative. This is either crystal or ceramic. And the carbon cartridge, as far as I know, was only used in the MC6, which was terrible. People would take the mic off the MC6 and go, oh, I can use it on my MC7 or 8. No, you can't. The MC5 and the 4s and the others below that used this smaller plug. And the smaller plug, this naval plug type thing, or PL-68 Army plug. That's what they used on those. The carbon cartridge had to have a little amp circuit inside the radio, which these do not have. Plus, on the MC6, they switched to either a 4 or 5 pin type plug. So if you switch the MC6 mic to the newer radios that had the same plug, the mic wouldn't work on them.
Makes sense. 1962, and this was a 200. $199.95 was the price. I know later the General Radio Telephone dropped the prices. This is also a 7-tube radio. You know, back when it's like, were we done? Yeah, 7 tubes. It works fine. All 6-volt tubes. 6BQ5. 6E8H. Well, it says it has the ability, and you know, this is 6263, so there's still a lot of 6-volt, you know, automobiles around. There's still a lot of 55, you know, Crown Victorias driving out there. 6-volt DC, 12-volt DC, and 115-volt AC. The MC5 was probably the most advertised general radio telephone. The MC5 was much like the MC4, but had a stronger transmitter. And it was the last general radio telephone with the tone signal, thanks to the FCC, is replaced with a bullhorn on the MC6, and along with a bad microphone. Now, your microphonium sounds good. It doesn't have a lot of low frequencies, but it's got plenty of audio. Oldtuberadio.com has a schematic general MC5 schematic PDFs if you wanted to get there and look at stuff. But it's sounding good, and whatever you've done to the inside, you've done it right. Over.
Well, someone had taken out the old weird-looking relay and put a 12-volt relay in. A nice rectangular plug-in, similar to the Browning relays, etc., of the Mark IIIs and 4s, etc. Now, the guy wired it up so you could receive, but failed to hook up the coil to 12-volt DC. He didn't do it. The wire's just hanging there. So I looked around and I said, nah, I'm not going to experiment. So I took a diode and a cap, and I went to the 6-volt heater near the wire, and made I rectified the AC to about 9-volt DC, and that keys up the relay. They had put a VFO wire in there. I pulled it out. Had no crystals in the radio at all. I put channel 11 in, and then I planned to put in whatever else maybe somebody might want. Anyway, the receive on tunable and crystal receive about the same, which is really good as far as signal. But I noticed on receive, on variable, this has got the tightest receive on an MC5 or 6 that I've ever seen. I mean, if I just move it a hair off of on channel 11, you guys are gone. In fact, when 6 was really screaming today, it would splatter a little bit on my Browning all the way up to channel 11. Well, on this radio, 6 splattered to about 8, and that was it. So this has got a really tight receive. You put it on there, it's there.
Interesting. What if they're doing some type of pre-select? So the big dial on the left-hand side is the tunable receive. Does it have a spot? I'm just looking. There's another switch down there. So how do you dial in your transmit and receive simultaneously there?
Well, technically you don't. I have to kind of know where it is. Now, there's a local distance switch which doesn't seem to be functioning. Since I have a totally working MC5 a few feet away from me, I'm going to check it out and see what they did. Now, what's interesting is, if I can figure out, excuse me, how to put a spot circuit in, I would use the local distance switch, keeping it in distance, and, make the switch to a spot.
Got it. Okay. Well, it's doing what an MC5 will do. It was economy-wise, one of the better priced radio. You know, it's $150 less than the one we just checked in, but it's not all 23 channels, but it got you on the air. It got you mobile if you wanted to. It had the tone call, so you're supposed to be talking to, you know, base to Unit 1. Built by General Radio Telephone, so built like a tank. Still going strong. It sort of looks like a tank with those all that metal on there.
Oh, yes, it does. It also, the coax plugs in the lower right side about 2 inches in from the front. That's how they made them originally. And the spot where the coax went on the later models is where I have my variable you-know-what here. Yeah. So anyway, they can play with that.
Got it. And now here's the ad for this, and similar to what we just read, this is also quoted as the world's most advanced 11-meter two-way radio with that 2.5 watt minimum output, high-level modulation transformer, etc. Optional accessories available, 12-volt cord. The crystals were $3 a piece. It had a 90-day warranty from good old beautiful Burbank out there in 3501 Burbank Boulevard. I wonder what's there today at General Radio Telephone. All right, good. It's sounding good. It's we're on frequency pretty much. The audio is not doing anything back. It's bad. It's keyed up 100% each time that you've pressed the microphonium button, so I think it is good. Like you said you may have a little bit more to do to it, but you are, 99 and 44/100% there, over.
Okay. I do have the modulator on.
Oh, okay, I'm going to bring the S meter up. We'll just go to the straight S meter. And so it is your time to let the little, you know what, it's not going to be good because I've got a lot of static tonight. Let's just see if you drop into my noise. Go ahead.
Alrighty. There we go. 3 watts to about 7.
Still good, because I've got the RF gain set squelching at S5, but you can see that the radio has good forward modulation, not backing down. So it's tuned up right. You know, it's not pushed to the max. So that's why the audio is good. And so it's still performing all by itself.
Okay, back to the modulator on. In case Sean has gotten back from where he was at and is listening. Anyway, when you give me the go-ahead, I know it's after 10. Cliff's got a few more radios for sale that I've got to list.
A good deal. Let me see if there's any other stations that want to check in. We'll do some paperwork here, and then we'll go back to you. I want to say hello. A couple of people joined us out there in Zero Land. I should be able to talk to you guys out there in Central California. Hi, Patrick. Thanks for joining us. The Old Tube Radio Network. Something we do on Saturday evenings here for a long, long time. And the Sheriff of Nottingham. Wait a minute. I'm going to fall off my air chair. Is that the Sheriff of Nottingham? We haven't. Yeah, we're still here. Well, glad you're there. Checking in. 6 a.m. in the morning. We had somebody. Maybe you were listening in earlier. We checked in with somebody out there, out your way. Well, thanks. We're still here doing the Old Tube Radio Network thing. So stop by anytime. All right, Harvey. I've got it set up here for radio number 3. It says. So we'll see if we can get a couple more. But stand by, and we'll be back to you. And 120. And 128. John, I see you. We changed a whole bunch of stuff over at oldtuberadio.net, but it's in theory for the better. So you may have to do some type of trickery with resetting cache or something, because we are now on a whole different HTTP, TTPS. So if if it's not coming up or it's not registering like nothing's there. We're there, but you're going to have to tell your little computer brain to like forget that thing I've been doing forever and do this new thing. And it might actually work better for you. So I'm glad, I missed you there, and I was thinking that might be the issue, because you're typically over at the .net, and I'm going to refresh to see if you're there. Otherwise, you're just checking in on the YouTube, and that is good. So let me actually get your check-in official, so you can see that we actually did that. But good to have you along. Anybody else needing to check in a radio? Over. Oh, and Sapir, let me see. I think I heard you come in. Hold on a second. KB6GFD Sapir, I heard you. Over.
KB6GFD, this is AK6QI Sapir. Yeah, I was just watching your video, and I was just waiting for the visitors check-in, and wonder if this is the time.
This is the time. You're sounding good on the two-way. I see you on sounding good on the two-way. I see you on the big screen as well. So we've got the proverbial X in the square. And thanks for jumping in to the old Tube Radio tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm using a homemade setup, so that's why. So audio is good.
Your audio sounds fine. No problem on the FM. Over.
Thank you so much. 73.
All right, 73, KB6GFD. Yeah, Sheriff of Nottingham, a regular listener long ago, that's how we found out if tomorrow was going to happen. Sheriff would check in, is like, okay, it's already tomorrow. We know it's going to be good. Any other stations locally wanting to check in before we sign out here tonight? I think we got everything. Boy, that static is driving me the proverbial radio nuts. I don't know what's going on tonight, but no problem. All right, Harvey, if you are there, let me turn it over to you for your items of interest. Over.
All righty. Okay. Cliffville has a Demco Satellite TV1, which is about a 4 or 5 piece setup there for $300. Transmitter, receiver, got the, let me think, the speaker, what else, meter, etc., and going for $300. Or best offer. All prices are negotiable. Okay, a Courier 23 for $100 comes with the ECI original mic, a Night C22 for $100 with original manual. That's a few channels radio. It doesn't have a whole lot of channels in it, tunable receive for 22 channels, but it has the original manual and it works great. Cobra Cam 88 with an amplified D104 for $125. An HQ 105TR Hammerlin with an amplified D104 for $250. Okay. Hammercraft is CB3A, got the meter in it, but not the VFO, but does have the meter, $80. Lafayette HE15B, which is an older radio, but it's one of those with the lever that you push down or up for transmit and receive. Then a Johnson Viking Messenger for $100 with 2 mics. Can't think of what each is, but it's 2 mics. Messenger 223 original mic for $75, and then he mentioned the Polycom Senior 23 ATDC 200, a Pierce Simpson Guardian 23 original original mic for 100, and then an International Crystal Manufacturing CTZ 100, which looks really good. Now the whole package for $350. The reason is it's got the stock mic, which says International Crystal on it, hard to find. It also comes with a Super Sidekick desk mic, and it comes with the meter speaker, separate plug in the back, meter speaker, which currently there's one on eBay for $110. They generally go for around $100. And also the very rare, hard to find International Crystal modulator. It's a 3-tube modulator, plugs in the front or back of the radio. I can't remember if the mic plugs in the front or back of this radio. Then you plug the mic into the modulator, and it does have a gain control, so you can play with that. But it's an original ICM modulator. Very hard to find. So the whole package, $350 or negotiable. Thank you, Dennis.
All right, 100% copy, and Harvey, you did a good job. You made it through in like one breath. You have been practicing.
And I didn't cough.
No, you didn't cough. Somebody even mentioned that. So we applaud you.
I had to change a certain medication. It's cut the coughing down about 75%.
All right, we like that. Hopefully it's affordable. Remember the old hee-haw line. Doctor, I broke my arm in 7 different places. Well, stay out of them places. So you are hanging out in the right places now.
You got that right. Okay, I got one more radio to check in, and that's it for me.
All right, well, catch your breath. Do the coax switch. I will defer to the singers of Jingle, who always let us know when it's about time to close the net here.
You're tuned to
OTR, Channel 11,
right here in
Fresno, California.
Stay with us
Old Tube Radio.
and be modern.
It's the best place to be modern here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Harvey, back to you.
Well, might as well do this one. Okay, the Golden Beagle, custom D104 with the Browning medallion on the back. Actually, the hammer tone type paint on the base, it's unamplified, is a little different than some other hammer tone painted mics, so I don't know if this was a special one or not. Alrighty, that's it for me, and next week I may have this one again. I'm going to try and figure out the spot circuit based on other radios and see if I can put a spot in one of these. Might be interesting. And then I'm going to have my MC5 on next week also.
Gotta love the Q birds, the Tweety birds. You know, you've got our ears trained, listening to the mellow sounds of the General Radio Telephone MC5, and then we all, I'll speak for all the SWLs, we all woke up when you keyed up the, or is it keyed down? Anyway, when you transmitted on the Beagle over.
Oh, yeah. Well, when this current MC5 gets sold down the road, I have to come up with a mic for it. I'm looking for another General Radio telephone mic
If I can come up with a waffle mic, that'd be great. But if I can't, I'll come up with one of the plastic mics. And, of course, I've got the plugs for them, so that's not a problem. Okay, catch you next week. Thank you very much, Dennis.
As they say in radio, Roger, we will be here next week. I'm going to be out of the air chair, and I think it's in a couple of weeks. I'll confirm the date, but it'll be a week in February where I will be, in theory, away from the air chair. But the last day of January 2026, who would have thunk of this thing that we kind of gathered around our tube radios back in 1986 just to get a place to, let's check these things in. You know, we talk on it, and then it's still going at 2026. Thanks to our great radio collectors and just all of those who've come and gone and stopped by. You don't have to have a radio, of course. There's no secret handshake. You don't have to wear a funny hat. The only guy that has to wear anything funny is this dude with the pocket protector, and we kind of ignore him. The Old Tube Radio Network, and it is like the 1st of February in many places. We're on late tonight, so good to see some of the stations that haven't been around for a while checking in. oldtuberadio.net, where the tube is glowing, has been revitalized thanks to Frodex, and I think that's working pretty well. So hopefully everybody that needed to refresh or redo or recache has been able to do that to get on there. And we hope to see you and keep it running if we can. So let's find out what's going on with the stats here. Oh, of course I have to wait. Where is it? Totals. Yeah, we have to have the total, guys. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the current OTR total.
After 40 years, I know how to do this. The current and final totals going on right now. SWLs, we had 21 on page 1, 20 on page 2, 16 on page 3, and 26 on page 4 for a total of 83. But, of course, you don't need to be on any list to stop by and say hello or listen in or watch the replay. A lot of people doing weekly over-the-air, on-the-air. Join us on YouTube, wherever radio gatherings, and that's pretty cool. I hope those keep up and promote some use and get people who were radio operators long ago back in the air chair, and some new people that have probably get tired of paying. You know what? At the end, I guarantee you, at the end of the month, you are not getting a bill for any of this. No one is sending you a bill for this. So if you're tired of that, grab your radio, get your ham license, get on your CB radio, do whatever you do, and no one will be sending you a bill for any conversation that you've had. Radios tonight, we had 4, kind of a 4-way tie. We heard, of course, from the Polytronics Polycom Senior 23. I timed out there. From Cliff. And that radio is for sale, and Harvey has some info on that. Mike came by with Robin T123 Robin from 1970 or so, Magic iTube in the front of the item of interest. Thanks, Mike, for that, sounding good. And then Harvey on the General Radio Telephone MC5 with a little tweaking on the Q-Bird. And didn't sound too bad. It's got a couple more things to do. But we're giving it 99% here tonight. And then the Browning Golden Beagle. Been checking for a long time. The first Browning with the Golden in front of the Eagle, the R68, T68, the model. Get the Browning Mark None and the Mark 1. Didn't call it that. Mark 2 is after that. So, what do we say? Good night to everybody. Thanks for tuning us in. Get on there if you want. The bands have actually been pretty good. We're starting on the downside of cycle 25. Oh, somebody said bring up the chart. If I could find the chart, is it there? Yeah, there it is. Let me go over. And it's like way off. And it's still, I wonder if it didn't update. That's exactly where it was earlier. So no conditions. That doesn't mean you won't hear anything, but don't expect to hear much. Good night, everybody. We'll be back next week on your Old Tube Radio Network. And hopefully without that staticky noise. This is the Basic Dennis, over.
Yeah, on the .net site that I go to, there's usually a column, horizontal, where you can turn the speaker off of what you're talking, when you're talking. And when you go from the initial, when you go to the radios, you have to mute one audio stream. Well, that's missing now. And everything just worked. And I didn't see a spot where you could turn it off, but I didn't click onto your picture because in the past, if I paused the show, it would pick it up right where I paused it, which was terrible because you would have gone like way ahead. So then I'd have to skip ahead and try and catch up. I don't know what it's going to be like now. I haven't checked it out. I'll do that next week.
Yes, and you are exactly correct on all of that. Before, there were two audio sources. There was the one that would just show up when you keyed in, and that's what's missing. And that we're not sure if that's coming back or not. As Frodex spends hours and days and months pulling his hair out trying to make this thing work. But what does work and provide the audio now is the box with the YouTube link. So if you just click on that and don't go to the bottom and go to the YouTube page, but click on that, it will start the audio. And I think if you want to refresh, and it's automatic, it should automatically come on. Before, since there were two audio sources, we had a way that made you turn on one or turn on the other, or turn off one or turn off the other, so you weren't getting double audio. Now it should come on, and I think the audio is up, but it's only one source. So if you wanted to refresh, like if you paused it and you come back, I was like, oh, I'm 5 minutes behind. I believe you would go up to your little refresh circle arrow button or whatever it is that you have on your device and hit that, and it would reload the page, and it should reload it to the live whatever's going on. I say that without knowing if that's true, but I think that's how it works. Now, in future episodes, maybe the secondary audio will come back and it'll be like it is before, but that's why the button is missing, because the button doesn't do anything. So it got removed to not be confusing for people. The archives now take you to, rather than an audio archive, they take you to the video archives. But the way to do it is when you log in, if you don't get audio, you would go down to where the video is and press on the button. During the live show, that is. You would press on the live button. And we're still working on that because it's a YouTube link. I know, kind of a long explanation, but you are very observant. That is correct. The button is gone because that audio is no longer available. And yeah, if you go to the YouTube and pause it, you'll be behind that amount of time. But I believe if you refresh the page, it'll pick it up where it's supposed to be over. That's during when the show is live.
Okay.
And let's see, who's still with us? Los Angeles, Melbourne, Angola, Fresno, Anoka, Minnesota. Now, that's interesting. That's not supposed to be there. Lake Elsinore, Claremont, Sepulveda, Oklahoma. What's going on in Oklahoma? 23 degrees. All right. Well, it's midnight there. It's way past midnight, so not a problem. Charleston, is that Rhode Island, Charleston? What's going on with you guys? Before I get out of here, see what 23. No, that's Sepulveda. Where did Charleston didn't come up? I got to click on that, and it'll do that. It'll refresh. 12. I knew you guys had to be a little bit chilly out there at 12 degrees. Squamish, BC. Squamish boys are in. I think we determined they were 43. You guys are having a heat wave out there. Waco. That might be Rob. Well, you got 26. Yeah. If you got ice, at 26, I don't think the ice is going to be melting very fast. At 26, and then 15 is still in at 25 degrees. All right, I got to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Like I said, we're working out. We got lucky. Looks like we're going to keep the .net site thanks to some diligent work from Frodex Programming, and we'll be back next week. Over. Hopefully without the buzz. If we have a buzz, it'll be a good buzz. Boy, that noise is just nasty. Over. The frequency. Is the frequency clear? Anybody using this frequency? All right, I'm hoping I have a chance to get on HF in the morning or in the afternoon. Man, 12 meters has been great. I've been doing some SDR checks. 12 is great, 10 is great, 15 is good, 40 is good for the local stuff. You never know.
Hey, Dennis?
This is the basic Dennis, over.
Where'd you say that schematic was for the MC5?
oldtuberadio.com. Follow me while I follow along. If you go to oldtuberadio.com, and then I think that says manufacturers or something, it'll bring out a list, and it's the same list that we use here at the Old Tube Radio Network. It'll bring out a list of all the manufacturers that are there, and then you would click on, what is it, general radio, telephone, or whatever you're looking for, and then it will bring up the individual items, and then you will click on that, and then I think the picture or something, it should have it listed in that area.
Okie doke. Thank you much. I just realized I got to work in the morning. Okay, we'll see you.
Oh, no, they won't leave you alone. And now that you haven't coughed, they say, well, you just take it easy. Oh, hopefully you don't have to drive to Merced, do you?
Okay, my noise level just came up.
Yeah, like mine. I say, do you have to drive a long distance to get where you're going?
So farther, 5 minutes from my house and then Sanger.
Okay, well, hopefully you can just keep the Sanger later. You saw what happened today, and that's at 7:30, 8:39. So if you don't have to drive long distances after 9:30 or 10 o'clock, you'll be okay.
Yeah, it's an easy drive. I'll watch myself. Okay, we'll see you.
Okay, and I'll have to talk to Rob, see if he's still, it used to be like admin, like an email, admin@oldtuberadio.com. Would that work for an email? And then Rob was putting stuff in. I mean, I could even take stuff on the email, like my QRZ page, if somebody was looking to send something. We're trying to get some more pictures up, too, so we'll find out. Anyway, all right, Harvey, you're sounding good, and thanks for staying up late.
Roger, we'll see you.
You know what I'm going to do? Just to get rid of that noise, until I turn everything off here, we're going to go... Wow. Okay. So we got noise on 40 meters. That's crazy. It's like nothing. Yeah, see, I can hear it there.
And this wire and stuff in my chest. And I had that shoulder operated on there year before last. They don't let up for hours and hours.
Man, this is bad.
I'm on here. When you get that new antenna up, I will be doing this again.
Boy, the band is long, really long at 75.
All of the barefoot stations, Dalton's got it. That's a fact.
Probably an RC Cola. I think it's going to be Ovaltine and American cheese. I'm not sure what's going to go. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. This is 3860.
Let me check it, will you? Yeah, that's right. I don't know why. I looked up there just
But man, I've got a lot of static tonight. Listen to 3860. So I bet they are 5s or 4s.
Copy. Dalton, your turn.
I bet they're all running a kilowatt. And I usually do not have that much clickety static.
All right, Dalton and Darrell's even up on the scratch. Do it again, Mike.
And there's another group on 3825, I think, down there.
Roger. Wesley, Dalton, and Dalton had a little bit more scratch. Y'all all three, all the barefoot stations got it going on. Let me switch antenna. How about it over, checking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Roger, on the open wire fed dipole. Brandon, I'm gonna check scratch on 2 different types of antennas. Come on back to me. Roger. In 4BKC, I got you about 20, 20 of them. That other antenna sounding good. Clarity's great. Everything sounds the same. Just a tick lower than the other antenna, right? Roger on the tick lower. I get it, because it's directed.
Georgia. One of the guys is in Georgia.
I'm looking at the scratch between the 2 antennas. Let me get loud. Hello. No, they ain't making no difference. All right, well, the scratch, for y'all's benefit, for y'all to know, closer to center bandwidth, closer to center frequency, I got better scratch on the dipole. But the bandwidth is just like Brandon's on the loop. So there you go, guys. I hope y'all enjoying this information and research. But yeah, this is what I'm all about. Turns me on, blows my skirt up, toots my whistle. There you go. Well, I gotta see, I'm gonna check my back out.
Yeah. I didn't hear anybody low.
1005D digital span away with watt meter.
There's the guys at 3825.
60 megs. 3.
probably in the same area. There's just no local conditions at all.
Only $209. I know mine was higher than that. Thanks. Get up.
Oh, you're one of them.
Thanks. I said thanks for getting on that jackass.
Well, my son got to drive a mountain drive, and he let me to come in there. I had half a popsicle aid. It was dripping on my darn desk here, so I was in a predicament.
All right, I got to jump out of this air chair. So, good night, everybody. Stay warm. Hopefully there's not too much calamity going on where you guys are at. What do they say? It's later than you think. And I hope my static goes away. Can barely hear the FT8 on 20 meters.